YouTube, it's Sat. Welcome to Driver 81. Welcome to the cabin of my Porsche Cayman S 987, which I've owned for a little under 2 weeks now. And I wanted to make a little video explaining why I've bought a Cayman S, because some of you may know I already own a Porsche 911. I already own a Porsche Boxster, a Mercedes E-Class and a Kia Sportage. So why do I need another car? Why do I need another Porsche? Well, I'm here to answer that. Let's do business. So my Porsche 911 is pretty much perfect the way it is. I don't want to change anything on that car. The Porsche Boxster is being given away, so I really want to try and avoid doing any more modifications on that car. Incidentally, if you don't know, I'm giving that car away once I hit 100,000 subscribers. So if you want a chance of winning that car, just hit the subscribe button. So I don't really want to do any more modifications to that car. I kind of want to give it away as it is right now. The only work I'll do on that car is essential maintenance for now. I also own, as I say, the Mercedes E-Class and the Kia Sportage. They are both daily drivers, so they don't need to be modified, they don't need to be tinkered with. All we need to do is general maintenance on those cars. Now, a few years ago, I watched a YouTube on video which really inspired me, and it was called Porsche 911 One Car to Do It All. It was a video made by, I think it's Petrolicious, and the guy who owns this, I think it's like a 930 Turbo or something, they call him Jack Olsen. I'd really recommend you watch this video and you'll get a good idea about where I'm going with this car. I'll put the link to that video in the description below this video. But essentially, I want to create a car which is streetable, so it works great on the street. It has stance performance on the street. I want to be able to take this car to the track. I don't want it to be trailered to a track. I want to drive it to a track. I want to drive it there and back, abuse it on the track, and then drive it home. I want to be able to take this car around Europe. I've got a few trips planned for Europe over the next few years, so I want to be able to use this car for that. Ultimately, it's going to be massively modified for me to get the performance and the looks out of the car that I'm actually going for. Now, I had toyed with the idea of getting a cheaper 996, a 911. I've already had one of those. I think if I was to go back to a 996, the only real model I'd go for is like a Turbo, a Carrera 4S, even a GT3. I think they look fantastic. But I was conscious that I didn't really want to be spending a lot of money on a base car. So I looked at the Cayman S's and they were right in the price range that I was looking to buy, because obviously, you know, I'll be looking to spend on top of the purchase price of the car as well. So ultimately, it's all going to add up, and I don't want to spend ridiculous amounts of money whereby in the end I could have just gone out and bought a GT3. I don't want to be in a position like that. I want a cheap car that will do everything I need it to, so I can modify it to do even more. So as the car stands right now, it does actually look okay. I think it looks quite nice. There are a few things that I will look to be changing on this car. Now, I'll be making a video very soon on the modifications that I'm going to be doing to this car, but ultimately it involves changing suspension, it involves changing the wheels, the looks of the car. I'll be maybe doing a bit of bodywork, a partial wrap, exhaust system, remap. I don't want to give too much away, but a lot is going to change on this car. And as I say, look out for one of my future videos with regards to the modifications that I'm going to be doing to this car. In fact, possibly within the next 2 weeks. Now, right now, I'm also trying to work out as to whether the clutch needs replacing or not. And maybe some of you Cayman owners can actually help me on this. When I go to change gear and when I'm engaging the clutch, it only really engages at about 3/4 of the pedal travel length of the clutch pedal. Now, I've done a few tests on the clutch and they seem to come back to suggest that the clutch is okay, but it just seems extremely high, an extremely high biting point. It's nothing like my 911. My 911 is really quite early in that the period at which it engages with the clutch. So I'd appreciate if any Cayman owners out there can tell me whether your clutch bite point is actually quite high. So I hope that explains why I bought this Porsche Cayman. Obviously, taken away from the fact that it's another Porsche and it's good to add to my collection. It's a fantastic little car to drive. I think this will be a future classic without doubt. You know, I think this is the way that the Porsche 911 should have went. Smaller, not bigger the way it is now. It's almost like an estate car now. Or maybe not an estate car, a saloon car. The size of the new 911 is going to be even bigger and wider. So small Porsche cars, they just do it for me. But if you're interested in following this build and you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll be doing constant updates on this car, because it really is a car that I'm so much looking forward to actually tinkering with and sort of pushing the boundaries of this car and seeing where I can actually take it. So as always, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more development on this Porsche Cayman S.